Hey, it's Dave here. Welcome to my channel, My Yard Sale. Hey, today I want to talk a little bit about keeping warm in your house, and mostly as it relates to blankets. I'm in my 50s, and I never knew this as the case, but in the last couple of years, I've had some health issues that has required me to figure out how to keep a little bit warmer and stay a little bit warmer. And I learned something in the last week and a half that I wanted to share because hey, if you know this, congratulations, because most of us don't. And again, I'm in my 50s. I lived in Florida. I lived in upstate New York. I live in upstate New York now. It's still cold outside now. I even have the windows open, and it's cold in my house because it's cold all night. So I wear a hat all the time. It's cold. Hopefully, I'll be able to take this hat off by around July. So it's funny, in Florida, you did use blankets, but for the most part, you just used a sheet. And you would only use a sheet just to keep the bugs and the mosquitoes off of you. If they were to get inside, you want to keep them off you. So you throw a sheet over yourself and you don't worry about it. But if you have grandparents or if you're around people that are from Florida, they turn the air conditioning up very high all day. And then at night when the sun goes down and it's still hot, but it's not like sweltering hot, the air conditioning kicks in and catches up with the house, and all of a sudden it's cold in the house, especially in well insulated rooms. So it makes sense to have a blanket you can throw over yourself over the sheets. So that's the whole thing of keeping warm in the south. But up north, like at one point I had probably 6 blankets on my bed. And of course, yes, I could buy an electric blanket. I could turn the heat up in my house, but I'm cheap. I don't have a lot of money. I'm kind of broke. So I would add more blankets. And it's interesting because I would keep warm, I'd keep warm, I'd keep warm, and then all of a sudden I'd be cold. My feet would be cold, and there'd be nothing I can do. So a couple days ago, I took all the blankets off my bed to clean up the sheets and to wash some sheets and stuff. And I put the blankets back on my bed. And last night I woke up and I was thinking, holy moly, I know that it's getting a little bit warmer, but it was so warm I couldn't believe it. And what I did is I have this down blanket. It's not really down like feather down. It's like, I don't know, some kind of fiberglass down or something. And it's a smaller blanket. But on top of that, I have a Sherpa blanket, which is, I don't even know what a Sherpa is. I think it's just cotton, but it's a Sherpa blanket. So I had the down thing on top of the sheet, and then I had the Sherpa blanket thrown over it. And last night, I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, whoa, it's so warm. I couldn't believe how much warmer that was. I didn't realize that putting that down blanket underneath the Sherpa blanket would keep things so much warmer. Before that down blanket was on top of the Sherpa blanket. I'm not sure why I did that. It's just the way it worked. But that was still keeping me warm. But I could have probably thrown a couple extra blankets on top of it. And yeah, I'm getting tired of having 15 blankets on my bed. It kind of sucks. But this whole thing of switching the blankets around, I didn't really think about it, and I still don't completely understand it. But it made a lot of sense last night when I was so toasty warm. It made so much sense that I needed to post this today because if you're in bed and you have all these blankets on your bed and you're not exactly sure why you're still freezing your ass off, try taking those blankets off and relayering them in a different order. Like if you have these one of these Sherpa blankets, I don't know if that should lay directly on the sheet. If there's something more like wool or something more insulating, that should probably go directly on the sheet. And then that Sherpa blanket can keep all the heat inside of the packet. Anyways, I thought this was interesting because I've gone through so many winter nights here in the upstate New York area that I've been freezing my butt off. Even with heat on, I'm cold. And last night, no heat, and yeah, it's a little bit warmer, but it's still cold at night here. It's in between the 30s and the 50s, so it's still cold. I have to have blankets on my bed, or I'd have to keep the heat on to sleep all night comfortably. But last night, boy, changing those blankets up, that just worked out. I think probably makes a lot of sense to have an electric blanket if you don't mind the extra electricity. But my whole point is to try to not run electricity all the time. Because again, I'm broke. I have no money for that. And I have all these blankets. I want to use them. But I didn't know that actually stacking them differently would work better or worse. Anyways, I hope this is interesting. And if this helps at all, if this helps you keep warm, do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a subscribe. And come back and check out my channel later. I'll have other interesting tidbits of information just like this one, as well as other things. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks. Bye bye.